My roommate's parents keep letting themselves into the apartment with a spare key my roommate gave them. This is crossing the boundaries, and I'm going to do something about it. Background. My parents are family friends with my roommate's parents. I was never really friends with my roommate in high school, but got to know her from living with her in a dorm. Recently, my parents gave me an apartment and pay rent every month. So pretty much, roommates' parents don't pay. Over the past few months, when we come home from class, we've walked in on this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1. Her mom doing our laundry almost every week. Number 2. Her mom cooking food and cleaning for us. Number 3. Her mom cleaning my ducking closet and calling me names for having tube tops and mini skirts. And number 4. Her mom and dad chilling at the apartment Friday nights to make sure we don't party. I just can't deal anymore. I told my roommate to tell them to stop, but she said I'm overreacting. Am I overreacting? Or should I tell my parents? I've lost my mind. Literally, help. Edit. I'ma tell my parents about it. I just don't want to ruin their friendship as they were close friends for a long time. Mini update. I took out edit 1 to shorten the post. I told my brother about what happened, emailed my building manager, and was able to get a response from him saying, I can put a lock on my bedroom door. Me and my brother went to Home Depot and got a basic lock. Her mom is currently cooking in the kitchen and watching my brother fix the lock. She doesn't look too happy. I'll update you again when I tell my parents. And just a quick edit before the update. Sorry for all the edits, but I think I need to clarify. The reason my roommate isn't paying rent, it's because her parents hit a tough spot financially last winter, and my dad wanted to ease the burden on them a little. He said he would help out by giving my roommate a place to stay so her parents would not have to worry about it, and only worry about her tuition, not room and board. What's up guys, Mr. Reddito here. This story is just heating up. I have 2 more complete updates for this, and you will not believe what the roommate's mom has been up to. If you're enjoying this story so far, the best way to help support the channel is by pressing that subscribe button right now. And here comes the update. I came back from my morning run around 7 a.m. this morning, and roommate's mom and roommate were in the kitchen making some coffee. She's never been there this early before. I decided to talk to them about everything prior to going to class. I started off with, "Hey, Auntie, can we talk?" I appreciate that she's been cooking and cleaning, but I want to do that on my own. I love to cook and felt that I was never allowed in my own kitchen. I also told her I want to do my own laundry and clean for myself. Number 2, I don't want her in my room. I reminded her that I talked to her about this when it first happened, and that's why I put the lock on the door. And number 3, I told her that if she wants to be with roommate, to let roommate text me and let me know that roommate's mom would be in the apartment. They did express understanding, and I hugged it out with roommate's mom. Before going to class, I put a load of laundry on. My friend's having a birthday dinner today, and I decided to wear this cute white dress with an open back. My mom even got me this dress and she thought it was cute, and tossed it in the washer so it could be fresh for tonight. I asked roommate's mom multiple times if she was planning on doing laundry today, and she said no. I told her that I would be back around 1 and she can do laundry when I finish mine later this afternoon if needed. I just didn't want her touching my clothes. She was okay with it and said roommate did not have laundry today anyways. Cool. I left feeling really relieved, but I still locked my bedroom door. I got back to my apartment about half an hour ago, and I couldn't find my white dress. As soon as I came home, roommate looked very nervous. My clothes were in the dryer, and I did not do that for a fact. Roommate's mom states that I put them in the dryer and just forgot. Ugh. I locked myself in my room, and I know she probably took the dress as it was something she would not approve of. When I was in my room, I heard roommate's mom talking to roommate in our language. She told her daughter something along the lines of, "I don't know why she's freaking out about that dress. In India, escorts and prostitutes wear those kind of things." And she went on to tell roommate that I won't find a husband wearing stuff like that. I honestly think she wanted me to hear it all. Is she seriously just being passive-aggressive right now? I'm trying so hard not to break down and cry. I'm heading over to my parents right now, and I'm telling them everything when they come back home tonight. I'll keep you posted. Alright guys, one more update coming, and just so you know, OP definitely kept us posted. So let's go ahead and have a look to see what OP's parents have to say about this. Number 1. I think roommate's mom is crazy and needs a mental health checkup. Seriously, I'm very worried for her well-being. My mom was home along with my brother's girlfriend, and her parents. I told them everything that happened, and no one liked what they heard. My mom called my dad to tell him what happened, and when my dad came home, he hugged me and immediately started crying. Me being called a prostitute and other names was too much for him to handle. I've never seen Dad cry before, and it hurt me so bad. My mom called roommate's mom and roommate's dad and roommate to come over and have a little talk. They came over immediately. They probably knew something was up from the tone of my mom's voice. She was so close to growling. Mom was being petty, though, when they came home. She did not allow them inside. She made them stand on the doorstep the whole time, and I could tell this was pissing roommate's mom off. Some points of the confrontation were this. Number 1. Why are you calling my daughter these names? Roommate's mother says, I didn't say anything. She's making up these lies. Number 2. Why are you even in the apartment that much? You told us that you go there once a month to check on roommate. You also said she visits you every weekend. This is when roommate's mom says this. The kids don't know how to cook, so I help. Also, kids are busy studying, so they need it. Number 3. Why is a 50-year-old man in my daughter's apartment? No answer. Number 4. Why are you going through my daughter's stuff? Why does she need a lock? Why are you limiting my daughter's time with her friends? Once again, no answer. I shall also mention that roommate's dad was sitting in their car on the driveway during this whole thing. But things did get heated up quickly. Roommate's mom started insulting my parents. She said my mom's a bad mom because she never disciplined her child. She said I'm unruly, and that the clothes I wear are despicable. She brought up clothes being crappy, and this lady's really offended by my fashion sense. This annoyed my brother, and he showed roommate's mom Instagram pictures of roommate wearing way more revealing clothing than me, and sitting on a boy's lap. Roommate's mom shut her mouth about my clothing immediately. She then proceeded to insult my parents' profession by saying they have, quote, God complexes. Well, this made my brother mad to the brink of he replying with this. You own 3 Subways and you're almost broke, but we never say anything about it. This pushed roommate's mom over the edge, and she leaned in closer to my brother and attempted to slap him. This lady tried to slap my 24-year-old brother in front of my parents. They argued more, and Mom asked where the dress was again. This time, she walked away to their car and pulled my dress out of her purse. She came back to where we were standing and literally threw the dress in my face. My mom had no more patience left, and she backslapped roommate's mom across her face. I've never seen my mom raise her hand to anyone. I burst out laughing. Even my dad had to walk back inside to keep himself from laughing in front of roommate's mom. Roommate's mom started crying and said she was going to the cops on us. When they left, we had a big discussion. My parents were angry that I never told them about this before. They said they got me that apartment so I could do what I wanted. They wanted me to be able to have friends over, have a place to chill, have a place without parental influence. However, they are very proud and happy with the way I dealt with the situation. Said calling the cops would unnecessarily escalate the situation that could have been solved by talking. Thank you for all the advice, I appreciate it a lot. They were mad at my brother because they said he shouldn't have shown those pictures of roommate because now she has to deal with that trouble at home. My parents agreed that letting roommate live in my apartment without consulting me first was wrong on their part. My parents started the eviction process today. Anyways, it may be hard to believe, but I do stand up for myself a lot. It's just that in this situation, I didn't want to do anything that would offend my parents, because I had respect for their friendship, and I did not want to ruin it or do something that would embarrass my parents. I've learned from this, and I have growing up to do. But now that I know I have support, I won't worry about petty shit like this later. I also don't want to live alone, so one of my best friends from high school is going to be my new roommate. No, she is an Indian. No one's living rent-free in this situation. I would also like to say that even though I wasn't friends with R in high school, living with her for 2 years did help me make a bond with her. I don't know if we can be friends after this, but it feels bad losing a friend. Also, my parents are liberal-ass Indians. They've lived here in America for over 40 years. They did not want to spy on me at all. They don't mind me wearing skirts or tube tops or having guy friends over. I wish it did not take 3 updates for OP to speak her mind up to her parents. Her parents had her back the whole time, as they say they're not, quote, traditional Indian family. They're more Americanized and they don't care about skirts, mini skirts, whatnot. So it seems that she's able to get her privacy back in her own apartment, which they didn't even pay for. Guys, let me know about this situation. Drop your comments down below. I would love to hear from you on this one. The next story we're going to look at is an Am I the A-hole story. Am I the a-hole for locking my husband out of our bedroom after our wedding reception? We were in high school sweethearts and met at 14. We dated for 6 years before getting married, and it was clear that he's always been extremely close with his mother. She's always been trying to convince him that we should not be together. Even when we were teenagers, she was trying to break up. When we first announced our engagement, she freaked out. She told him, quote, "You won't have a future with her. You're too young and you don't know what you're doing." She even told him he can do better than me. So the wedding reception came, and it was a small family affair at my older sister's house, since she has the yard space for our families to come. She never even came to help set up. It was mostly just my family and me. The entire reception was more like a party. It wasn't a traditional walk down the aisle wedding, but our most important family and friends were in attendance. The entire night, my soon-to-be husband sat at a table with his mom. I let it go because I did not want to have a fight at our wedding. We still did traditional things like sharing vows, taking pictures, cutting the cake, etc. But besides those moments, it was like I barely saw him. When it came to the cut cake, he took the first slice over to his mother. I was upset because the first slice should go to the people actually getting married, but again, I let it slide. I spent my wedding at a table with my best friend and my 14-year-old brother-in-law. The night after the reception, we got into it, because he did not help once with the wedding and for all the reasons above. And just when we were getting home, he tosses the cake in the fridge without covering it or anything. Here's where I may be the a-hole, because I started asking him to wrap the cake up, and we got into a huge fight about it if it was fine or not. I felt just done with the whole day, went into our room and locked the door. I was so mad, I eventually ended up falling asleep, and he slept on the couch on our wedding night. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I just wanted some space for a bit. We've been fighting on and off since, and his mother has called me Bridezilla more than once, so I'm starting to doubt myself. Am I the a-hole here for not allowing my new husband into our bedroom on our wedding night? I definitely do not think OP made the wrong decision. It seems that her new husband has a lot of red flags. I was actually reading the comment section and I could not stop laughing. It said, "It looks like this isn't his first marriage. He's been married to his mother for a long time now." That was a knee slapper. Guys, let me know what you think about that story in the comment section down below. Do you think that this guy's a big old man baby, or how would you go about handling this situation if you were OP? I still have one more final story on the day. Am I the a-hole for calling the cops because no one picked up the kid I was babysitting? Guys, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button right now, as it's the best way to support me and I really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and check out today's final story. My boyfriend and I took his ex's kid for a last-minute overnight stay, since the father of the kid canceled on her. She had plans with her friends for the night and we weren't busy, so we took him overnight when the baby daddy bailed. We told her we had a brunch reservation the next morning at 11, and while we were happy to help, she needed to pick him up by 9. She knew this and agreed when she dropped him off. Well, the next morning, it's 9 a.m. and she's not here yet. We text, we called, no answer. 10 a.m. rolls around and we try to call her again. She picks up in a very groggy voice and tells us she's got the worst hangover ever, and she won't pick him up until 2 p.m. We remind her of our brunch reservations and she tells us to take him with us. The kid is 2 years old. It's not enjoyable to take a child this age out to eat. My boyfriend cancels our reservations and gets ready to have this kid until she picks him up. I'm furious at this point. This is not my child, nor my boyfriend's child. I call her and tell her if she's not here by noon, I would be calling the police to collect her child. She only lives 15 minutes away. She calls me a jerk. I then told her she had 30 minutes to come get him. I waited an hour and there was zero sign of her. We couldn't drop the child off since she lives in an apartment complex that you need to have access to get in. So I called the police and told them I was babysitting and I don't know where his parents are. They were supposed to be here 2 hours ago. They basically treated it as if it was a lost child. They took him down to the station. Little Miss finally rolls up at 3 p.m. and gets belligerent when she discovers I actually called the cops and gave her child to them. She calls me all sorts of wonderful names and storms down to the police station. Edit. We did not know where she was or if she'd even gone home. We also could not contact the father since we had no contact information. And edit 2. Mother of the child is also neglectful, and this was the last straw for us. She'd maybe change his diaper twice throughout the whole day on a good day, and multiple times I'd see her refill a bottle that hasn't been cleaned in days with actual rotten milk inside. It seems the overwhelming majority of people said, not the a-hole, and I would have to agree. Here's just one comment. Not the a-hole. I'm very glad you called because this woman very much needs CPS to be keeping an eye on the health and safety of her child. I couldn't agree more after reading that story, but let me know what you guys think. That's all the content I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, the best way to support me is by subscribing. Have a wonderful night, and Mr. Reddito will see you tomorrow.